Fly away, not in my head.
I started it, by the way. I'm keeping this.
Go ahead.
What's up? Welcome to our podcast from DownUnder Productions. Pretty much, we're just gonna be talking about sports, life in general, anything around the world. Today, we had to substitute our good friend Jake for Vince, but shout out Vince. He's our graphic designer. He designed that logo right there. It looks pretty cool. My name's Jensen. I'm 18 years old, and I am going to college for my business and a commercial pilot's license, and I'm with my close friends right here.
I'm Sam. I'm going into either pharmaceutical sales or to be a physical therapist, one of the two. I play junior college baseball, and yeah, that's about it. Vinny K.
JUCO Bandit.
What up, guys? My name is Vince, aka Vinny K. I go to University of Missouri. I'm in the journalism program. I'm going to get a degree in strategic communication to do some type of digital media, graphic design, social media for hopefully a big sports team.
All these smart guys. I'm Carter Jensen. I got drafted by the Royals this past year. That's basically it. I play in the minor league system right now, and
that's it.
Eventually,
and he majors in hitting bombs at 450 feet.
Majoring in hitting nukes and throwing runners out on the bases, but. But eventually I'll go back to school, get my real estate license, and try to do a little side hustle with that. So,
yes, sir.
Hop into it. So that's us. So pretty much this podcast today will just be about sports, just because there's so many sports to talk about right now, so many big news. But I want to turn this into something more than sports. I know later when we're on the baseball topic, we'll talk about Ryan Jefferson and more important stuff than I think just sports. But we appreciate you tuning in if you tuned in. And I think this will be a fun project and fun adventure for us. So I think let's just get started right into it.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to introduce the big games?
Yeah, let's start.
All right. So first game, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Big 12 championship game. Obviously, we don't have our Big 12 guru here, but I'm going to go with Oklahoma State in this game. They've looked very strong all season. I believe they have 4 top 25 wins. So, yeah, OK State. Vince, you go ahead.
All right, so not a big Big 12 guy, you know. I think SEC's better
by a million.
MIZ, but I do think Oklahoma State will win this game. They looked good against Oklahoma, so.
Carter, you want to go ahead or?
I'm gonna go with the upset. I think Baylor's gonna win. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I really want to see it happen, and I think this Baylor team's pretty good, and I think they can pull it off. So.
Well, I'm not going to tie it up for us. I'm going to Oklahoma State. And by the way, these big game picks, we're going to keep a total tallying tie?
Yeah, we'll keep a total tally like you see on College Game Day with Kirk Herbstreit and all those guys, and we'll keep a tally every podcast. So
it'll be something fun.
Yeah. By the way, we are counting out the Oregon-Utah game because we are filming as it's going on.
Yeah, troubleshooting led us to our third recording, 4th different camera. Now I think we have a broken mic.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, Jake Walters' pick was also Oklahoma State. We miss you, Jake.
All right, next game, we got the SEC championship game. This is going to have a huge impact on the college football playoff for sure.
Absolutely.
Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia, again, I'm going to go Georgia here. Number 1 defense, probably the best defense we've seen in a long, long time. And this, I do want to point out, though, Alabama, the last time they were underdogs was back in 2015. They were 1-point underdogs, and they ended up, and it was to Georgia. They ended up beating Georgia by 28 points. So I guess that's, if you guys want to look at it that way, that's something you can keep in mind. But I'm still going to go Dogs.
You know, Sam, that's one of my favorite phrases. I'm indeed a Georgia Bulldog fan. Ever since I was little, you know, I mean, go Mizzou, that's number 1, but Georgia's a close second. Listen, that defense. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Like 83 points given up this year.
Yeah.
It's like less than double of what Clemson, the second-rated defense.
Yep.
So I can't not pick them.
100%.
Oh.
Welcome to Down Under.
No, it's fine.
No, we got it.
It's fine.
No.
I'm leaving this in.
No.
All right, well, who you got?
We can always edit it out.
No, I'm not editing. I think this is funny as hell. Go ahead, Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get set back down, and you can go. All right, CJ, hit us with your pick.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
All the way.
That's it?
I hate Alabama.
I have never heard those words coming out of your mouth.
Never.
A great joy.
As many of you guys may know, I was committed to LSU before, and I've been an LSU fan almost a good chunk of my life. Got relatives down in Louisiana, but yeah, it's not common that I say go Dogs, but in this sense, I got Georgia here, and I think they're gonna take care of business, and I don't think it's gonna be close, but maybe that's just me.
100%. Son, hit us with it.
I'm gonna go with Georgia as well. I think we're all done seeing Alabama on top and want to see somebody new.
Go Dogs.
Yes, sir.
Dogs.
All right, next game, AAC championship game, Cincinnati-Houston. I'm going to go Houston here. They're an 11-1 team that
is bold.
Swept the floor of the AAC, and it's a team that's been slept on. That Houston defense is actually very, very good. So I'm going to go Houston in the upset.
I'm going to stay with the favorite here. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. They've looked pretty good all year. In a few games, I think they've looked pretty strong, and I think that they're gonna continue that, and I think they're gonna prove why they need to be in that top 4 and playing for the title.
I had Houston written down because I thought there was going to be an upset. Honestly, I do think they will win this game. They've had a couple games this year. They've looked very skeptical, like an 8-point win against Tulsa, or fucking Cincy.
Yeah.
They have 8-point win against like Tulsa. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think they're like that.
Mhm.
You know,
So my pick is not only just because I'm a super fan of Travis Kelce and he went to Cincinnati, but I really think Cincinnati came out and proved a lot of people wrong. What are they, the non-Power 5
I was going
team?
to say it will be the first non-Power 5 team to make it into the CFP.
So I think
UCF fans are
I'm
pissed.
gonna quote Kobe right here. Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
All right, next game, Big Ten championship game, Iowa-Michigan. I'm going to go Michigan here.
Yeah, I
That
think
run
we can
game has
speed
been
run this.
absolutely insane. Blake Corum, Hassan Haskins, that duo has been amazing this year out of the backfield, so I'm going to go Michigan.
Go tearing it up on the turf.
I am going with the blue also. Got to support my man Ronnie Bell, Park Hole.
I hope you're watching this, Ronnie.
Ronnie, if you're
Kendrick
watching
will probably
this,
show you this.
I love you.
Kendrick's my boy.
Yeah, Ronnie, if you're watching this, hit me up. We're gonna get you on.
Yes,
we're gonna
for
have,
sure.
We're gonna have a little interview going.
For sure.
But I'm also going to go Michigan. They're actually my pick to win it all this year. Sorry, Vinny, with your dogs.
Bold take.
Very bold take, but from what I've seen this year, I think that their loss to Michigan State doesn't really doesn't define anything about them or their season. So I want them. I think they're going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be close, and I really want to see them go on to win it all. I think that'd be really cool, especially for Harbaugh having that. I think that would just be the cherry on top for the season, beating Ohio State and then
100%.
win it all. I mean, even if they win the first game, make it to the playoff or make it to the championship, I think that'd be incredible. So
Yep, 100%.
So I'll just keep it short and simple. Go blue.
Yes, sir. All right, I think this is our last game. Pittsburgh versus Wake Forest, ACC championship game. I know.
Before you start, that's crazy. The ACC, Pitt and Wake Forest.
Yeah, I was going to say this is. I think most people were probably favorites. Were probably going to be Clemson and North Carolina, maybe. And you got North Carolina State in that conference as well. That has been played. I think fairly decent this year too. Was ranked top 25 for quite a while.
Wake Forest came out of nowhere.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pitt here. Kenny Pickett. We'll talk a little bit about later in our Heisman picks, but that dude's been insane all year. He's been great for him. They've actually got a local guy, tight end, who used to play baseball, and we can touch that a little bit too. Lucas Kroll.
He was committed to Arkansas to play baseball. I mean, he's a pitcher, lefty, through
97
upper
or something.
90s.
Yeah.
Really good, and then ended up making the switch. I mean, it's working pretty good for him. He's had a really good season. So.
Right. So yeah. I'm for sure. I'm gonna go Pitt. Vinny.
I'm going Pitt too. I think Kenny Pickett is going to tear Wake Forest up. I mean, really the only offense that Wake Forest has played this year that I'm like, yeah, it's a good offense. Probably North Carolina, and they lost to them. So I just don't see Wake Forest defense keeping up with Pickett.
Yep.
Even though Kenny Pickett is a monster, I think I'm gonna go with Wake Forest on this. I think they've had a really good season, better than most, I think. So I think they're gonna come out and they haven't won an ACC title in while.
I think they have the longest. I think. Oh no, it's North Carolina State, but they have not won.
Yeah,
it
they
in a
haven't
long
won in a
time.
while. So I think this also means a lot for them and their program. So I think they're going to come out, and I think they're going to have a solid game plan to try to contain Pickett a little bit. So I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with Wake Forest.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Wake Forest.
All right, do we want to jump back into? You want to go ahead and hit us with these questions real quick?
All right, so obviously college football is on top right now, but there's a lot of drama lately. So
Mhm.
we'll try to go in order. There'll be points, but we'll try to keep everything condensed and to the point. But I got to hit you guys with the question. So obviously college football playoffs, they're pretty cool right now.
Mhm.
Would we see an expansion in the future?
I mean, do you want me to go ahead and go first, or you guys want to?
Go ahead.
I think eventually we will. It'll probably be an 8-team, but I think eventually we will. Just because teams are, I think fans are getting sick and tired of seeing the same teams over and over and over again. Now, I don't know if it'll be in the next 2 years. It might be in the next 5. Hell, it might be in the next 10. But we'll eventually see an expansion of some sort.
I'd honestly like to see a 12-team playoff. The top 4 teams basically get rewarded for being the top 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they get that bye week that all those teams play into, and then it goes to 8 from there. Like I feel like being a top 4 team, you should get rewarded because of it, rewarded for your play.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, like you said, it'll also be easier. Like you're not leaving teams out
Right.
that have a good resume, I guess.
Opportunity or resume to make it in. Yeah, 100%. CJ, do you want to touch on this a little bit, or?
Yeah, I agree with Vinny. I really want to see that 12 team, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen within the next 3-4 years. But also, you got to think. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, they've been working on this 4-team playoff and trying to keep it as, I guess, moving smoothly, like the best as possible. And I think it's worked in the past years, but. Also, I really don't like. I mean, it's still fun to watch. I'm still gonna watch the games, but seeing Alabama and all the top teams playing every single time is just. I mean, it gets a little bit boring just every year. So I think the 12 just rewarding the top 4, and then having all those other teams playing because I mean, crazy things happen in sports. You can
Right.
see upsets and
Right.
all that stuff. So
100%.
I mean, I go with if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But how can you improve it? If they're only going to bring in way more revenue,
Yeah, I mean, they eventually. College football and then football in general seems to, including the NFL, seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. And you see that with the NFL. Finally, I don't know how long ago they did this, but I think 5 years ago or so, they went across seas and went over to London to
and
play.
last year they added another playoff spot, and it got
Right.
way more intense. The number 2 seed doesn't have the bye no more.
Right, and I think I do want to point this out. I think college football now is actually going across seas. I know that I'm a half-decent Nebraska fan now. I like to watch Nebraska football. So they
Can I ask
are.
why? Can I ask
I know.
why? Why are you a Nebraska fan now?
So anyway,
Answer the question. Answer the question.
he
are
is
you
on the
are you
hot
a KU?
seat.
Why do you hate KU so much, son?
Dude, I'm just
Exactly.
they're
All right. So
football.
anyway, Nebraska is going to go play Northwestern
Who
over in
likes
Ireland,
KU?
I
That's the
believe.
question.
A lot of people like KU. You live in Kansas City,
I fucking
stupid.
hate KU.
Well, you either like Mizzou or KU. It's one of the two.
I don't necessarily like either, but I guess I'm just gonna go with Mizzou because Mr. Vinny.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Hey,
But
definitely.
like I said, I think Nebraska and Northwestern next year are going to go over to Ireland. So I think college football eventually
Really?
will move across seas too. Yeah, they are next year.
So
So
Greenland. It's Greenland.
is it, yeah, something like that. But
Because
anyway,
Jake was like, "Man, I'm not gonna get to go." He's like, "Man, I won't get to go no more because I'm not a student." The tomato face Jake. Funny guy.
we're missing Dubs.
Dude, I just heard it. Try it.
No.
All right, go ahead. Next question. God bless America.
All right. We already pretty much made that. Why don't we just get to the drama? That's
Okay.
gonna kill a bunch of chunk of time. Jake, I wish you were here. Oh my God, I wish he was here. Let's talk about OU. Anybody want to start? Let's start with
whole
we'll start.
thing.
We'll just get the tip. We'll get the seal off.
Mhm.
Let's talk. Where's Rattler going? He's transferring. He announced that. Where's he
Yeah.
I've seen a couple crystal balls UCLA, which would be honestly hilarious. USC, UCLA, Lincoln Riley versus Rattler.
Is the Dorian Thompson, is he still a junior, though? Or is he going to transfer the quarterback at UCLA?
I think he's
a
Or is he a senior? Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know
I'm not
if
sure.
Rattler would be good enough to take his spot because he's played pretty well this year, too.
Going off of that, I think he's going to go to Oregon. I've heard a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, nothing's set. But, I mean, Oregon, with the quarterback spot, they have I think they had 6 quarterbacks on the roster this year, and 4 of them being freshmen. So I think Rattler already trumps them, unless one just comes out and he's the next big thing. But
Next
as of
Marcus
right now,
Mariota or something.
yeah, as of right now, I mean, Spencer Rattler is supposed to be the next guy. He came into the season having
Heisman favorite.
He was the Heisman favorite. He was I guess betting odds or something. He was way out there. Like, you don't. That was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he would be able to. He would have no problem. I think that's goes for mostly anywhere. But he really needs to fix his off the field things.
Yeah.
And his attitude, not being a team player and all that stuff. But I think Oregon wouldn't be a bad place. I mean, I think that he would excel there and stuff. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, somewhere West Coast would probably make the most sense. I think we talked earlier that he's from Phoenix, Arizona, so somewhere West Coast would probably make a little bit more sense. Be semi closer to home, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen some Arizona school talk. Arizona, Arizona State.
I don't know if I want to go to Arizona.
I would never want to
They were
go to
holding
Arizona.
tryouts in the middle of the year this year for their football team.
yeah, ASU isn't much better either. And I feel like that would be.
I thought ASU has a good quarterback right now. Who is it?
I don't know, but I mean, it's not a Oregon or a UCLA caliber team.
If he goes there, I would just.
I think I also heard some Houston SMU talk as well.
I did hear SMU.
If he goes there,
I think Houston's the perfect spot for him.
Yeah.
There's a good team in the what is it, AAC?
AAC, yep.
It's a good team in AAC, which means AAC is not very good. Let's just be honest. There's a couple of good teams.
Mm-hmm.
He could go to Houston and just dominate that conference, raise his draft stock. I think that'd be a good option for him.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna touch on you were talking about Arizona and Arizona State. I think, in my opinion, if he goes to Arizona State, knowing how he is, I think he just kisses his career goodbye there, because Arizona State, it's just, I feel like, not a good environment for him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, a lot of colleges will do that, but I think Arizona State wouldn't be where he would excel at. And what worries me is that he's not thinking about that as much, where he's going to succeed, even if it's a smaller school like, say, Houston. I feel like he might try to protect his ego a little bit and try
Right.
to go somewhere bigger when it might not be good for him.
Right. I mean, going back on, we'll wrap this up, but going back on like excelling your game, I think at this point for him, if he wants to raise his draft stock, like Vinny says, he needs to go somewhere where he's going to be able to play and shine.
Yeah.
Because from what we saw this past year, it was god awful. He's never going to play in the NFL. So, I mean, yeah, he does need to go to an atmosphere, college, whatever the case may be, that he is going to shine at. So, Son, go ahead and hit us with the next one.
All right, so let's get on. Obviously, we all know the big transfer, coaches leaving story,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll savor the flavor. We'll hit Riley last. We'll just touch on Brian Kelly real quick.
Mm-hmm.
LSU, he took the job, leaving Notre Dame after 12 seasons.
Yep.
But I think the big difference between him and Lincoln Riley is, one, how they did it and the respect he's leaving behind. He left. I mean, there was videos that came out that he called a meeting at 7 a.m. and he was gone by 7:10, right?
Yeah.
But what touches me most is the players asked him to dinner that night, and I don't know if he went or not.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't check again, but they asked him to dinner that night. Well, Lincoln Riley, you see Barstool OU creating merch saying traitor.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Stoops or something? Stoops?
Yeah, Bob Stoops.
Stoops, allegedly throwing his stuff off the roof.
I saw
Like, that
on
is
TikTok.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But Brian Kelly, what's the future hold for LSU football right now? Future look bright?
Vince, you want to touch on who wants to go first?
I think we should let the
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
know
say
nothing about
let the
LSU
LSU
All right.
former LSU commit go.
All right.
and the former Mizzou commit. Screw you.
So, yeah, I mean, I think LSU football. I think it's gonna go in a really positive direction after this. I mean, it's a really seasoned program, and already the coaches that they have, like all the assistant coaches they have, they're already great. So I think adding in Brian Kelly, I think it's going to be a little bit more of a classy program now. I know Ed Orgeron was a little bit out there sometimes.
And Les Miles before that, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Brian Kelly's a little bit more classy, too, and I think he's ready to get stuff done. And, I mean, already I saw a tweet this morning at their basketball game last night. He gave a speech, and, I mean, the fans were loving him already. I think they're ready to get Orgeron out of there, even though he's a character.
Oregon.
And but yeah, they were loving him, and I think it was a really good move and a really good hire. So
Yeah.
I mean, what was the stat? They made the bowl game 20 years in a row except for this year. Was
I
that the
think
stat?
He's won 2.
No, not Ryan, not whatever his name is.
Brian Kelly.
LSU in general won to 20 games.
Oh yeah.
No, also
20
it'll be a
bowl
bowl
games
this
in
year.
a row.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
100%.
still be.
They'll be in a bowl this year.
They will?
Yeah, they will.
Or was it last year they missed the bowl game? They missed the bowl
No,
game.
they didn't miss
no,
the
they haven't. I
Are you
don't
sure?
believe
They
they
haven't
I
missed
swear
in
I
a
saw the
while.
stat.
No.
But I mean, yeah, and I think he'll be able to recruit
What was that Notre
really
Dame?
well, but
Notre Dame's been very good the past 20.
Dude,
Yeah,
Well, I want to point this out real quick. If we're going to talk about both Lincoln Riley's situation and Notre Dame, last time Notre Dame had a head coach leave to go to another college, anyone want to take a guess on what year that was?
At least 15 years ago?
Last time Notre Dame has had a coach leave to go to another college, 1908.
Hey, I wasn't wrong.
And
said at
last
least
time,
15 years.
I think the last time Oklahoma has had a head coach leave to go to another school was 1948. So these are two. I mean, this is kind of blown to have this. I mean, to not only have one leave, but another one leave. Two historic programs, and the same year is insane. Kelly's contract will pay him $95 million. And I also saw that if he wins a national championship and they decide to fire him, LSU decides to fire him, so say he wins it in year 2 and they decide to fire him in year 5, they have to pay out the rest of his contract. That's what the contract states. So that man's making a lot of money.
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, and his salary starts with $9 million per year his first season. And then everything rises through 2031 in his contract. So he's getting paid a pretty penny. It is a little surprising that he left Notre Dame, but I mean, you're going to LSU, who's going up against Nick Saban, Kirby Smart.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's not like the Lincoln Riley situation where you back out and go to the Pac-12, because I think that's what a lot of people are mad about too. Is that Lincoln Riley kind of took the easy way out? Oklahoma was supposed to be a team that was supposed to go to the SEC, and now he's backing out on them and going to the Pac-12.
Drake is crying at home right now.
Yeah, watching this one.
Yeah, I mean, I
Brian
think
Keller's really taking on Eli Drinkowitz, the best coach in the SEC.
I think that yeah.
MIZ. Sorry.
Zelia.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think Kelly. I think that. I mean, Notre Dame fans, they can't be mad at him. He brought him so much success.
Right.
And I
Winning
mean,
as
when you
coach,
go
Dude,
from
they were so mediocre till he came.
Winning his coach in college football program history.
And he made them the Notre Dame we know today. Before, I mean, there was obviously 80s, 90s Notre
Right.
Dame powerhouses, but they were very average until Kelly got there.
Yep.
And all my life, they've been ranked. They've been good.
Yeah.
So that's all I know Notre Dame as. So it's Kelly's Notre Dame.
Yeah, 100%. Do we want to dive into Lincoln Riley?
So, talk about big money payouts.
Oh,
Let's
jeez.
talk about Lincoln Riley. Dude, head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's always been right there, but they can never get over the hunch, right?
Yep.
Would y'all agree?
Yeah, 100%.
So, Lincoln Riley, he's not a terrible coach.
a
I
good
don't
coach.
know enough about them too.
Great recruiter.
I think he's
Yeah.
a quitter.
Great recruiter.
Yeah,
Great recruiter,
think he's a quitter.
obviously. But
100%.
so the news is that he's leaving OU to go to USC, but that's not the problem here. The problem is how he did it.
Yep.
He apparently has been talking while coaching OU, been talking to USC since September, and they lost to Oklahoma State, right? And the next day, or that night he said, I'm not leaving OU. The next day, he's leaving OU.
He said, he's going to say he's not leaving to go be the coach at LSU. He's the head coach of OU. The next day he leaves and goes to USC and says he's signing with USC. And he swears that he said that his first contact with USC was Sunday.
Baloney.
How do you tell me, and it's probably his agent that's doing it for him, you're telling me that they got a $110 million contract, made sure that they bought both of his homes, which one of them being a brand new home he was building in Norman. I don't know if you guys saw pictures of it, but it's insane. Nice pool in the backyard, all that stuff. Buying him a $6 million home in LA and an unlimited use of a private jet 24/7 for the family. And they did that all in 12 hours. I don't think that's possible. So, and I also heard like the coaches.
USC is a private school, right?
Yeah, that's why they're getting away with stuff like this.
Tuitions are $500,000 a year now at USC. Apply today.
You're capping, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes, Vinny, I'm
Yes.
I was going to say, no, it's capping. I was like,
Hey, yo.
Hey, I'm getting paid to go to college, so I'm not
I'm
complaining.
gonna say something.
Me too.
Vinny?
I'm
Where you going?
broke.
I forgot he majors in what? Hitting dingers and
I major in
plus
major in
liners.
hitting bombs. And I have 2 minors.
hitting bombs and tapping moms.
No,
Whoa.
that's
Wow.
Hey, yo, okay. All right, no, none of that. Majoring in hitting bombs and got 2 minors. 1 in bat flipping, 2 in throwing runners out.
And another
So,
one, ice.
Yes.
Pass on the neck.
Nice.
Show it off real quick.
Nice. We don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah, like you said, Hassan, it was the way he did it. And Vince, you and I had a conversation about.
We did.
Hey,
I respect the bag he got, but the way he went and got that bag was completely uncalled for. The so-called family, the family he built in Oklahoma, just completely disregarded them.
Yeah.
So.
Give me 1 second. Let me find all of Jake's liked tweets.
Yeah, that might be a while because there's a lot of.
Jake is a diehard Oklahoma fan, even though for some reason he's going to Nebraska. That makes no sense.
Did you see the post that USC posted out? It said this is going to be the Mecca, or Lincoln Riley said this is going to be the Mecca of college football. And one of the, I think it's the defensive lineman for OU said, you told us this yesterday.
Yeah.
So you can obviously tell there's some bad blood in between some OU players.
USC's about to be so good, though.
Oh, they will. I mean, you got 20 million people in your backyard to recruit from.
He is going to get every single California 5-star. It's going to be ridiculous.
Probably everybody from the West Coast.
It's
And especially with him being that good of a recruiter at OU, it's hard enough to bring people into Oklahoma.
USC will be the USC of the old.
All right, here's a tweet. Lincoln seriously cost the players a chance at a national championship by being selfish with his half-beep coaching in the last couple of weeks of the season because he knew he wasn't going to be at OU. That doesn't sit well with me, and that's a fact.
I was going to say, I think, who is it? Skip from Skip and Shannon tweeted something
Skip
out
Bayless?
too. Yeah, Skip Bayless tweeted something out as well. I know we can sit here and scroll through all this because it's miles long of everyone that has been.
Lincoln Riley's decision has gutted the program, and I think it'll get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. Although
I think OU will be fine.
yeah,
They might not be that absolute like in the definite mix for the top 4 to be in the playoff, but I think they're going to be just fine. I think they're still going to be a ranked team. I mean, they still have a ton of good players, and I mean, if anything, it's going to help out the players a little bit, put a little fire under them, and they're going to do everything they can to show Lincoln why he should have stayed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just speaking out of, I guess, an athlete's mind, I guess, because, I mean, when you have a coach that does something like that, you're going to want to prove him wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the program's going to be fine. I think they're going to be able to find a
At Oregon.
Orgeron will
No.
retire.
yeah, Orgeron's gone.
He's done.
He's done.
An ASMR sneeze.
So before we
And I guess some more
ASMR
sneeze.
sneeze.
before we totally end off OU, let's talk about just briefly. Caleb Williams came in halfway through the season, balled out, took Rattler's job. Rattler cried like a baby on the benches. Took Oklahoma Sooners out of his bio, then added it back when he got backlash. But Caleb Williams, obviously a true freshman, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh,
And
really
he
good.
didn't say, all he tweeted out saying something about it, and he said, that's all I'm saying for now. Do we think he stays or leaves?
He'll stay at OU.
He's gonna stay.
There's not there.
I think he's gonna try to build his own little legacy there.
Hold on, my back's hurting. Go ahead.
Going on his knees.
Yep.
Hey, yo.
He be getting on his knees
It's
a
the
lot.
Jets for
Hey, yo.
I still look all right. Go check.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, go check.
Did you
the
hear
camera.
what I said?
Go check the
You
camera.
look
I said the
fine,
song.
man. Look, you look.
All right, we're good. Looks like I'm sitting still.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, why
All
am
right,
I on my knees,
I
bro?
definitely think Caleb Williams stays. It's his junior year of college. Your actual junior year, not redshirt BS.
Mm-hmm.
So you're eligible. You have to be 3 years out of high school to get drafted. Period. Right? In the NFL.
Correct.
By the way,
But I don't know. Is it the same? Because I know in baseball you can be a draft eligible sophomore. With age, if you
You have to be 3 years.
I think
you
it's
have to be 3 years out of high
3 years out of high school for.
I think you have to go to high school too.
Okay, that's how it is in football. Because I know baseball, I don't know like why it's different. But
So
I know
I'm
it's
gonna throw this question out there.
sophomores.
Is baseball the only sport where you didn't have to play to coach, or can that be football, or can that be basketball? Think about
Re-say that?
Re-say that question again.
is baseball the only sport where you didn't have to be a player at the professional level to coach professionally?
Yeah. I mean, I know that that's true in baseball because, I mean, baseball is also becoming a lot more analytic. And, but, I mean, maybe not like head coach, assistant coach, but maybe a bench coach, something like that. You don't have to have played.
I mean, I'm just thinking of elite levels. Like Greg Popovich didn't play, right?
Elite ball placement.
Did he play in basketball? Did he play basketball?
I'm not sure. He's been coaching for a long time. All I know is him being a
I don't
Hall
think
of Fame NBA
Bill
coach.
Bill Belichick, did he play football? Bill Belichick? I should.
He played something.
I'm sure he
Yes,
played something.
no, yeah, he did.
Something
Oh,
in
no,
college.
Okay, no,
I'm sure
I was
he
thinking
did.
about Andy Reid.
My reasoning is these elite coaches you see is probably because they were so elite back then. You know what I mean? That's just like look at Steve Kerr. He's not.
He was good. He was in the
I was
NBA.
gonna
He's
say he was
elite.
good. Yeah.
He was on that.
He was on
that
the
Magic
Bulls.
He did win a
He won-
championship for the Bulls.
He won 5 with the Bulls. He has 3 right now with the Warriors. He has 8 rings,
Yeah.
Dude's
Nice.
goated.
Yeah,
and they're
that's-
contending for a 9th one.
Dude, it's Steph Curry, bro. I've just been watching this game. And This
Yeah.
is not college football.
We're
But
watching-
he is absurd.
We're watching the.
Clay's not playing, is he?
You should have seen him last
He
time.
was warming up. Although
Last
Clay
time
was,
he was like, what?
Trash.
He was terrible.
Absolutely
Worst
terrible.
career shooting night in his career.
It happens, dude. But
and I know that. Hey, you can go get your free locker code from 2K22 on there.
no, but this game was a 2-point game, and Curry made it like a 12-point game at some point.
Yeah. Well, and I think Clay, going back to what you were saying about Clay not playing, I think he was warming up in uniform tonight.
He
So that's a
was.
plus.
I just saw
That team's gonna. I mean, they're already scary as they are. Both
That's
these
a
teams
negative.
There's gonna be another.
But-
Do not want. I great for him to come back, but I think this should be unfair.
Other side.
There we go.
You have like a hair.
Just
No, it's still there, baby.
let it be.
All right, let's wrap up this college football with
Alright,
real,
Can I do one more
real
thing
quick.
real quick?
Yeah, I'll wrap up OU football.
All right, that's fine.
Who is gonna be taking the position? Will it be Cliff Kingsbury?
No,
No.
Cliff's not leaving a 9-2 Cardinals team.
Yeah, especially now that they're
That's-
nasty.
it's one thing if they're
I
not 1-8.
was about to say the
Put some respect on the dude's name.
I had respect for him. That's why I'm saying he's not going to college. Go ahead, Vince.
I was about to say that the most valuable position in college sports.
Look at the NFL picks. And look what Vince put. No, keep going, Vinny, so we can keep this rolling.
I can't see it.
It's the Chargers, not the Rams.
Shut up.
He got the idea. Good thing we fixed that.
I'm
before.
picking the LA team no matter what. No, the most valuable coaching position in college football is the USC job. They will make easily the most money. So I don't see an NFL player or NFL coach stepping down to a college position unless you're going to USC
Unless
or
you're
unless
Nick
you're Chip Kelly and you're just dog.
Or Nick Saban.
Or I guess, but
I mean, my understanding is you're already at the top, right?
Yeah, why would you go down?
would you go back
exactly.
down?
Right.
Like Phillip Rivers is different. He was a quarterback. Now he's coaching high school football. I bet if he probably could find a college out there that would want him as a head
A
coach.
smaller college.
Just
probably.
like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
But Deion Sanders is weird. He's coaching his son.
There's a lot of guys.
Are you
that
good,
do
bro?
that,
You're
though.
sitting up, down, up, down, up, down.
I'm trying to.
What
help
Deion
myself
Sanders is
adjust.
doing, I really
Down.
like what Deion
One.
Sanders is
Did
doing.
you see him with the Instagram model today?
Down.
Yeah, that was he brought in.
Brought in this Instagram
Okay.
model.
This dude brought in an Instagram model, and his players went absolutely crazy. Like
Talking about how to spit game off the field.
he was literally Deion Sanders brought in an Instagram model to tell them how they should flirt with girls. Dion, what
Legend.
are you doing, man?
Legendary.
Yeah, that's my kind of coach.
If that's
though.
his way to help team bond.
Coach
Hey.
Prime.
Go
They're-
all for it.
They're nasty too.
God.
Jackson State.
Jackson State is
They're
good.
really good.
The last thing I wanted to touch on, and I'll just touch on this real.
this year.
I'll just touch on this real quick. It's just lower level football. It's because I do the scores for D2Football.com, but D2 football playoffs. You have Ferris State, Northwest, Shepherd, Kutztown, Valdosta State, Bowie State, and Angelo State and Colorado Mines.
Hey, I'm going with Northwest winning it all.
I mean, Northwest
That's
is
the only
very
team I
good.
know.
Yeah.
Bearcats for life.
I just wanted to shout that out
Middle of
because
nowhere.
I do want to say, to help us with our podcast, Brandon, who is the owner of D2 Football, has sat there and helped us
Shout
out.
out, Mr. What's his last name?
Mr. Meisner.
Meisner, you have helped us out so much and relieved so much stress also out of us. Tonight, last night we were all barking at each other. Tonight we were all calm and collective.
Just to say, they were barking at each other. I was watching TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carter's in the corner watching TikTok while me and
Carter's
Jake
not
and
the
Sam were
technical guy over
screaming
here.
at
I
each
don't
other
know.
about what wire
I am-
goes where.
I do not know anything about computer
Shout out,
software.
shout out Jake from home. He's Anyways,
That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to get the playoffs out there, and if you want to go look at scores, you by all means go ahead.
Go Bearcats.
D2Football.com.
D2 football. We'll link it in bio.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's move up. Let's talk about our game picks on the NFL.
You want
We
me-
should. Let's. I
You
think.
mean to go first with the LA team? I'm gonna go Rams.
What's the game?
Let's digest this. So first we got Cincinnati versus Los Angeles Chargers. Both offenses booming. Joe Burrow having a great year. Herbert having a better year. Chargers have Eckler. They're having Mike Williams go off. Keenan Allen has not. He only has 2 touchdowns all year. Correct.
So happy I traded him in the first week of playoff
I
or
traded
first week
Eckler.
of.
I traded Eckler week 1.
I traded
with you?
I didn't need him.
Keenan Allen first week
traded
after the
me.
first week.
And
I
then
need
we
him.
got Cincinnati. Jamar Chase probably will be second in Rookie of the Year
Who's what?
Behind Mac
behind Mac.
Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Their wide receiver room is awesome. Joe Burrow's. Joe Burrow has great games, and then he just has terrible decision making. Once they get that straight, I think, and obviously Joe Mixon's having a great year, and their defense being pretty solid. I didn't really think of that highly of the Bengals defense, but with that being said, I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers.
I'm going Bengals. They just came off of a 41-10 beat down of the Steelers and a 32-13 beat down of the Raiders. So I'm going Bengals.
Not gonna lie, I haven't kept up with the Bengals this year. I didn't even know they were in playoff contention until about a week.
They were the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until about a week ago. So I am picking the Chargers because I know more about the Chargers than I do the Bengals.
I am going with the saviors, 2 of them of LSU football. I'm going
Dos
with
amigos.
Dos Amigos.
Um,
Actually, it's Trace, but the other one's in Minnesota.
other one is in Minnesota. That big 3. Going with the gritty boys in Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll get another hype game out of the way. Let's talk about Baltimore and Pittsburgh. My idea is Baltimore's hot, and I think they're the 2nd or 3rd best. They're tied with the Packers record. Probably 3rd best in rankings, team in the league. They're coming off a very bad game. Lamar Jackson, 4 picks. I really thought they were done for with all those injuries in the offseason, beginning of the
He
season.
didn't have a running back for a while.
They did their
I was
whole
gonna
running
say.
back group.
Hey, Le'Veon Bell, what do you mean?
And Devontae Freeman stepped up.
Le'Veon
too
Bell
for
got cut. Devontae
You trying to
Freeman.
drop him so I can have him?
They started. What's his face?
Which league? Which league?
Anyway, they're coming off a bad game, but they're going against Pittsburgh with the office chair on carpet as a quarterback. They've been hit with injuries too. Their secondary is pretty bad. Minka Fitzpatrick's probably the only guy who they can rely on. But I'm picking Pittsburgh to win it all, just because their backs not win it all, win this game.
I was gonna say,
win this
let's
game.
turn it down a notch there, brother.
down.
Got too much dip on you, Chip.
Pittsburgh tied with the Lions.
I was gonna say.
Needs to win this game against Baltimore. One, divisional games are always super close. You could be the worst versus best.
Yeah.
And this year's showed us the worst versus best is never the worst versus best.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh, their backs against the wall. There will be I think if they lose this game, they're done.
Is this game in Pittsburgh? I believe it is.
Yeah. So I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go Baltimore. There's they're shaky at times, but they're one of the top teams in the league.
They
still.
beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody beat the Chiefs.
That's Mr. Elayer's fault.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vinny.
I'm
definitely going Ravens. Lamar Jackson's too much for the Pittsburgh defense, I think.
Their front seven, though?
They're good. It's Lamar Jackson.
Their front seven is beat up.
Lamar Jackson is slept on.
They also did lose father Melvin Ingram to the Chiefs. I don't know why. Hashtag Melvin Ingram is my dad. Hashtag he's goated.
Hashtag. Hey, yo. I'm going with the Ravens.
Bing bong.
No way that the Steelers team is trash. Juju gone. Claypool's too busy trying to listen to music during practice,
And
like
then-
you told me, Hassan.
Big Ben needs to get the hell out
Big
of Pittsburgh.
Ben looks
Office chair on carpet as a quarterback.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Big Ben is, he needs to hang him out. I'm going with the Ravens.
All right, another big one coming up. Divisional series, probably major playoff implications. New England versus Buffalo. Obviously, Buffalo Bills, they have big comparisons to the Chiefs, especially last year. They beat the Chiefs this year, but like I said yesterday in our second failed attempt of filming this podcast, how remember when we lost to the Patriots because of D Ford, 5-5 and he offsides. When we played the Patriots the next year, everyone had that marked on their calendar, right? That's fair to say. I feel like the Bills did that to us this year, and plus we were playing terrible. With that being said, their offense is fizzling out a bit. Josh Allen fell out of the MVP race. Their defense is pretty solid, but they did lose a key piece, Tre'Davious White, torn ACL, out for the season.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And going against New England, who started off in, I think, 0-3, right? 0-3, then they went 1-6, 1-7, or something like that. And now Mac Jones making a Rookie of the Year run. Offense, which is a really weird receiving room. Really weird receiving room.
All I know is
Give me.
It don't matter what receivers.
Jacoby Myers can't catch touchdown passes for my fantasy team.
And their two running backs are pretty solid. Damian Harris and something Bolden. Stevenson.
Bolden is good.
Yeah.
Give me.
Anyways, I'm going to go with New England. I think they found their stride, and you can never count Bill Belichick out.
Vinny, you go ahead. I'm trying to find
As
this
long as
stuff.
you have a white, non-mobile quarterback in Bill Belichick's system, they will win.
But Mac Jones is perfect for good old Bill's system.
He's
Tom Brady, but he won't be as good as Tom Brady. But he is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He
MJ10. He's MJ, bro.
Very, very standard. It's what you think of quarterback whenever you talk about quarterbacks. The white guy that can.
I mean,
doesn't make a lot of bad mistakes. You know.
We're just so used to seeing Patrick Mahomes defy the odds and change the quarterback position. We forgot about how Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and how people normally play.
Exactly.
Right.
Mac Jones doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He just does the little things right. So what you need in a quarterback. That being said, the Pats will win this game against Buffalo. Bills defense, bad. Now even worse without Trey White. Like they aren't stopping Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I originally had the Bills, but I think I'm gonna switch, because I mean, this Patriots team, like you said, hit their stride, and I think that it's just gonna keep on going. And against the struggling Bills team, they've been struggling right now. So, I mean, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna switch my pick from Buffalo, and also a really low key person who I think is gonna have a big game, and or at least I hope. But he had a really big game last week.
You got him on your fantasy.
Yeah, he had a really good game. He had a really good game last week. I think he had 2 touchdowns. I think he had 61.
Oh my!
61
just
yards.
got broke. I'm sorry, but Shaman just got broke.
I love you, Landry.
61 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, any guesses? I think I said his name already.
Cole Beasley?
Sure. I wasn't paying attention.
Emmanuel
Who's
Sanders.
he play for?
I picked the Patriots.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Harry.
Kendrick Bourne.
Where was he?
That's
Where was he
right.
before? Tennessee? No.
No,
Panthers.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I think he's very underrated, and I think he's somebody who has had a pretty big impact.
He's turning out to be wide receiver 1.
And I think that he's just gonna have a really good game against the Bills. So I think he's going to be a key in that game.
3 for 3.
Patriots last 6 games 6-0, scored 35 points a game, only given up 10 a game. They've only turned the ball over 4 times, and they have 17 takeaways in 6 games.
That's all right.
J.C. Jackson is having an underrated
Their
season.
point differential in the past 6 games, I think it's this year is plus 146, which is pretty much unheard of. I'm going Patriots. Is that falling down again? Yeah, I'm going Patriots. So you got a 4-0 sweep.
Nice. All right, let's move on to another big game. Sunday Night Football, Denver at Kansas City.
Me and Carter will be there. Go Chiefs. That's all that needs to be said.
Me and Sam are gonna try to be there.
So we'll cheer for
Me and Sam will try to be there.
Excellent.
So I think you guys. I don't even need to say anything. I think we all know our.
Let's
Casey.
go Chiefs.
Let's
Although,
go Denver.
I'm going to say this, though. Denver did look pretty damn good against who they played
Divisional games are always they're equal.
Jerry?
The divisional games are always tough.
Yeah, they
Jerry
played.
Jeudy.
It was against the Chargers. They played a very,
That
very good
is the
game
game
against the
just
Chargers.
the most prepared in.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy is sorry.
Who is the quarterback right now? Is Teddy B still quarterbacking for the?
Drew
Yes,
Lock,
he's
I don't think
trash.
Drew Lock
got in. I saw Drew Lock got in 2 weeks ago. Was like
Drew Lock.
1 for 7 with an interception.
Drew Lock has a horse. I'm not going to say the rest, but
Drew Lock.
M-I-Z.
ZOU.
I think Drew Lock might be swimming down the bottom of the ocean creature right now.
He's goated.
No. never
Maybe
mind.
at Mizzou, but
No, never mind. Different. Okay. What's the next game?
What was that? Last but not least, Giants versus Dolphins.
Not the Jetson.
not the Jets.
Not
I said,
the Jets.
I said Giants.
I know.
Good job.
There's no proof of me saying that.
It's in the Word doc, man.
Yeah, our previous podcast turned into a Word document, so here we are for the third time. Hey,
Sorry, we're good though.
our
Besides
paper
this.
Our paper is written. Giants don't have Daniel Jones. Saquon Barkley is not being Saquon Barkley. He
That
is
Giants wide receiver core has been very disappointing. this
Sterling
year as well.
Shepard. I have on my
Kenny
fantasy.
Galladay.
Galladay,
Hurt.
a lot of money.
Dolphins
Not enough.
have turned
I
it
don't know if
around
Connor's
under
hurt.
Brian Flores. Defense finally being a Dolphins defense we expected in the year. I expected them in the beginning of the year to make a run for number 2 because I thought the Patriots were done. Obviously, they're making a run for not being last. And hey, if you're not last, it's all right. It's all right. So with that being said, I'm gonna choose the Dolphins.
I'd rather be last and get the first pick in the draft. Just saying. Sorry.
I'm gonna go Dolphins here. That, like Hassan said, that defense has been playing out of their mind the past 4 games. So
I
yeah,
wanted
definitely
what's
Dolphins.
his name, Jerome Baker. Is that his name?
I don't know anybody on the.
Buy 5 on the Dolphins. I wanted the Chiefs to trade for him so bad. Is there a linebacker who? You guys remember when he played the Dolphins? Mahomes was running back like 30 yards to scrape the guy, and he got sacked.
and then he ended up getting sacked. Yeah.
Him.
Why would you want Jerome Baker when we have the Nick Bolton? M-I-Z.
Nick Bolton has
I-
had a really good year.
That is another.
Oh my god.
Nick Bull,
Because he's Mizzou made.
our linebacker core.
So is Drew Lock.
Our linebacker.
Went 2 different ways.
Our linebacker.
No,
core is
so
being-
when we
It's okay, Hassan.
our linebacker core is looking elite.
Yeah.
Willie
job.
Gay and Nick Bolton.
And Anthony Hitchens and Ben Neiman.
Ben Neiman's dog
Oh my
shit.
God.
We've been naming out, brother.
Sneed,
Yeah, Sneed's been
Oh
playing
my
out of his
God.
mind.
Dude,
too.
Sneed looks
Sneed
like the
has
best corner in the
been-
league.
he
He's
is-
been everywhere.
Sneed, arguably one of the best corners in the league this year.
Yeah.
He and J.C. Jackson are not being talked about as much as they should because their names are not
I was
Trevon
gonna say
Diggs.
JC has the most
7
interceptions
picks. 7 picks.
through since 2018. JC Jackson does.
For
He's
the
got
Chiefs.
21.
We also talk about Trayvon Diggs
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
ninth.
Yeah,
last night.
Trayvon
Oh my
is
God.
playing out of his mind.
Was
too.
this Trayvon Diggs or was this Taysom Hill?
Oh,
He's
I
not
saw-
a quarterback.
I
He's
saw
not a
something about like
quarterback.
how Taysom Hill is playing like an 8-year-old be playing on Madden, sitting there scrambling with the quarterback for 30 yards and then would throw like a short 8-yard interception 3 different times in 2 minutes.
playing like me on Madden.
But I definitely think that that Cowboys defense is obviously amazing too. I think they stepped up this past game. Although Taysom Hill is obviously not the answer.
I don't think so. They just
He is
signed
not a
an extension.
quarterback. He is
Well,
everything but a quarterback.
Yeah. What do we got talking about next?
Should we talk about the NBA?
We'll get there.
We can
but
get there.
I say
Actually,
we
we're watching for
this
an
is why I
up,
want- this is what I want to talk
I was
about.
gonna say
the
for an
NBA.
update right now. We're in the 4th quarter. Golden State Phoenix 83-74.
Hey, Panda.
Curry's playing a lot better
Yes.
than last time.
I just want to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like,
Getting
Oh my
blown out by
gosh.
73.
You missed what I said last night, and I will say it. I will say it again tonight. Or are we switching to NBA?
No,
I mean, we can jump around. Go ahead. Why not?
Let's do NBA. We can do.
Let's do
Go
the
ahead.
now.
Just why not? Yeah.
All right, Vinny. Let's hear about your what was it, 73-point loss?
Listen,
Now my
me
phone
and
is so
Dubsy, probably the biggest Thunder fans around.
Me and who?
Me and Dubsy, J-Dubs, Thunder fans, big Thunder fans. I am so happy they are losing right now. Higher picks for us. We have no shot at making the playoffs. Yes, we just took the biggest L of all time.
I was going to say, it's okay
Literally.
to lose, but not by
Literally.
73 points.
Listen, I truly don't care. I really don't.
It's getting worse.
Good thing Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was there. Or
No, he was hurt.
oh, well, never mind.
That's why we lost by 73.
It would have been a 40-point
you
game
would
there.
have lost by 43 or something.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, boys. This might be coming down by the end of the night.
Fix it real quick.
I'm not getting on my back.
Nah,
It's too bad.
We're just gonna risk it.
Yeah. Risk it for the biscuit. We'll be cool. We'll be all right.
Alrighty, let's talk about the Thunder.
Yeah.
We are talking about the Thunder.
Used to be,
Hey,
used
what,
to be, used to.
what comes before Thunder?
Lightning.
Hey, yo.
Speed.
All right,
Lightning
all right,
speed.
all right. Okay. Used to be as well one of my favorite teams, just because. I mean, family. I got family in Oklahoma City. That was like my second home. I grew up in Oklahoma City also, as well in Kansas City. Down there a lot.
And the creator,
Oh my
I'm an
God.
Aussie. I'm Aussie
a look.
blood related. I do be pulling.
Oh, boys.
I
would-
very recently I learned I can't be simping. I have to be pimping. Next.
Was that by choice or?
Yes, that was my choice. What are you trying to say? What are y'all trying to say? Hey yo, it's coming!
Oh. All right, Vinny. Vinny. Oh. All right.
Not
we'll leave
only
that
are we
for the rest
down
of the-
under, but we are down.
I was going to
bad.
say. Down bad now.
How'd the tape keep right there?
Can we fix it, please?
No, we're all right. We're fine. We'll be good.
Why can't we fix it?
We'll be good.
We can get a thumbnail.
Yeah. Do we want to move on?
Can we fix it?
Because we got a lot of MLB stuff, and I think there's actually a good.
Let's end off NFL. We just stick to NBA. All right, fine. Let's finish NBA. Then we'll go to NFL.
All right,
Then
whatever
we'll-
works.
All right, let's talk about. So right now, as we're recording, we're watching the Suns Warriors game. Two best teams in the league. Obviously, the Warriors lost the last game, but it was rough. I mean, Curry wasn't playing the best, but Booker went out with an injury. Chris Paul was playing decent. DeAndre Ayton was being dominant, and of course, Kansas City made Landry Shamet.
Chopper.
Can you see me, Landry Shamet? Keep going.
Sam's over here taking pictures.
That
of
was
me.
a Park Hill alum, just like Ronnie Bell.
Landry Shamet, by the way, I'm gonna hit you up. We need to get you on.
Yeah.
We need to get you on here. Ronnie Bell, Landry Shamet.
At the same time.
Imagine if we got all of them on at the same time.
Park Hill alums. Who else is a good Park Hill
Try it
alum?
out.
Johnny Eblin.
Hey, I'm not giving up my seat.
Ashby.
Yeah, Aaron Ashby.
I can't give
Boy,
up my
they ain't
seat.
gonna be able to come here.
Brother.
We're just gonna have
It's a
them
damn
come in
Zoom
like
call or
Zoom.
something. What do you.
All right. Anyways, let's talk about
Just
NBA
don't.
race. Who we got? Who's our pick to win it all?
Well, I know my Western Conference Final. The two teams playing.
I
don't know.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, after the performance they had against OKC.
Really, I thought OKC was going to win it, honestly.
Give me the Bulls.
Bulls.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Actually, I like that pick.
It's bold, but I like it.
All right.
The Warriors will be
That boy,
NBA
Alex
champs
Caruso.
again.
Huh?
The Warriors will be NBA champs again.
Yeah,
No.
I'm with you.
The Suns will
Especially when Clay comes back.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. All right, I'm going with Suns. Suns look really good even without Booker.
Do we want to say he's a Suns fan?
Yeah, he's
I am a
he's
Suns
very
fan.
biased.
I'm a Suns and I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah,
That tells you
where
anything
did
about the
even get
guy.
that?
Suns
What?
and Yankees.
Yo, no. Brawadis put me on the Suns.
No, Kelly Oubre put you on the Suns.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yo,
No.
Bing bong.
No.
He just bing bong.
Then I would be
you.
a Hornets fan right now.
Aw, dude, do not take your girl to a Hornets game.
I don't have a girl.
LaMelo,
Kelly
Kelly
Oubre,
Oubre.
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward.
You don't want to. You don't want to take
Terry
her-
Rozier. No. Not
Hey,
true.
give me the Bulls though.
Wasn't Drake at the game? Or am I tweaking?
He's at the OKC game.
Oh, never mind.
What's he at OKC?
I was going to say.
I have no clue.
Was he at the game that got
This dude
blown out
balling
by?
on a budget. He saw tickets for $7. He said, "Man."
Dude, who wants to go to an OKC game this break?
Why the hell is he? It was
Stay
at
with
it
my
was
name,
it was in Oklahoma City or was it in Memphis?
OKC.
Can we at least take the tape off the wall? That looks like a bunch of cockroaches.
Just stop.
It's fine if you keep pointing out. Hassan, like I said, people aren't going to sit here
You know
and
what? As somebody
We're gonna
who
get a
wants to
good
make
20
this podcast
views.
Perfect. I got to deal with children.
Where?
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm looking around.
What? All right. Anyways, yeah, I got the Suns winning it all. Suns look hot without Booker, and they will pull. They're only down by 15, 5 threes, and they're back in it. Simple.
I want to go Warriors with Vinny. That Warriors team.
Curry wins MVP.
Yeah, and
I
Clay
100%
coming back, dude. I'm sorry, but that team's gonna.
Team's nasty. Jordan Poole's playing well. Wiggins is playing well.
Watch, Chris Paul's about to do something nasty. Pass it.
Thought to sham it on the bench.
Head ass. Carter.
All right, let me explain my
Obviously,
pick.
this is about me. What is it?
No, it's not.
Let me explain my pick. I like the Bulls.
You've said that like 6 times.
I know, but everybody keeps interrupting me.
It's because Alex Caruso.
Stop recruiting. Stop.
He is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Caruso. He's not somebody who's going to go out and drop 30 every night.
No.
He does the little things.
Does the dirty work.
He does all the dirty work.
White.
Does the okay, hey.
Oh, come on,
yo.
bro.
We're a political.
Wait, that's not what I'm saying. That's what all the white point guards do.
That's true. That's true.
That's not what I was saying at all.
Like
Didn't
Josh
do
Giddey?
that.
Yeah, Steve Nash was an all-star for God's sakes.
Okay, all right. Let me.
What did he make a living do?
Hey,
Passing
why-
the ball.
hey, why is your-
John
why is
Stockton.
your
But I wouldn't say
Face
passing
going-
the ball. I wouldn't say passing the ball as a dirty work. I'd say more of it's just like a
It is the
defense.
dirty word.
Hey, why is your face going red?
Okay, let me finish.
It's all right. It's all right. We're good. We're good around
It's
here.
so red.
Let me finish. All right, we got the.
Y'all making me sound like a terrible dude.
All
All right,
right.
keep going.
Okay.
I'm clipping that.
Flip it.
Don't stop the recording.
All right.
Just
So we got Alex Caruso. He's the guy that does the little things, dirty work, so the other guys don't have to worry about it as much. Lonzo, turning it around a lot.
I told you so.
He switched. Did he switch his jumper? It definitely switched from
It
when
went
he
from-
first was.
It
went from-
he went from wish wash to straight up.
wax
Yeah.
on, wax off,
He-
wax on. wax
He
off.
definitely fixed. He turned it around, looking like a really strong player. And then I mean,
Zach LaVine.
And they picked up Vucevic as well, the center.
Zach LaVine.
Kobe White's healthy now.
Yeah. Zach LaVine, dude is.
Keep going. Zach LaVine, what?
I'm looking up a stat. Go ahead.
Zach LaVine has also been.
Damn, I actually like that picture.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just sucks being a UND fan right now. Bro, we're getting smacked up
Okay.
6-1 in hockey.
And also DeMar DeRozan, not to mention.
Mid-range king right now.
Oh my gosh,
He's in the MVP race right now.
he
Center's
is.
going crazy.
How much is he averaging? Like, is he playing?
28. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got Caruso doing the dirty work, passing the ball, all that stuff. Then you got DeMar DeRozan sitting there and dropping averaging like 28 a game. You got Vucevic, Kobe White's healthy. Then Zach LaVine to throw into that also. I think it's a recipe for some success. And
Yeah.
I mean that's my very bold pick, but it's gonna be.
I was
hard
gonna
to
say,
get
both-
past.
I'm not opposed to that.
Both LaVine and DeRozan are averaging 26 and 25. Vucevic averaging 15 and Lonzo averaging 12.
Yeah.
And then it looks like everyone on their bench can pretty much score. So
Yeah.
it's a damn good team. They got something good.
For sure.
Let's go MLB now. Because there's some.
Let's before we get into the deep stuff. Let's make our way from the bottom up.
Do we
Because
wanna
this is a good question for Carter.
Okay.
Let's talk about minor league housing.
Yeah.
Round of applause, everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm glad they.
This was totally not recreated.
Incredible.
Yeah, so obviously you're in the minor league system for the Royals. So just
What kind?
Floor is yours.
What kind of impact does it? I mean, financially, what kind of impact does that make for you?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, maybe not as much for those guys that get a huge signing bonus. I mean, because they have the money to pay for it if they had to.
Right.
But when it comes to those guys that didn't get a huge signing bonus and they don't have just extra money laying around to just pay however much for rent each month. I mean, let's go, for example, a Latin player got signed. Maybe he's not one of those highest ones, and he's trying to. He came to the U.S. to kind of pursue that dream, and I mean, you're sitting there. You're not making a lot per month,
right?
And you get paid every 2 weeks, but you don't make enough to where you can pay for a good chunk of rent,
right?
And also everything else to live comfortably. You can't it's not easy, and there's definitely times where you can get low on money, and I mean you're forced to eat cheap fast food, ramen noodles, all that stuff, and with the housing paid for, it definitely helps out everybody. It makes it to where we can live comfortably and spend our money on things that are that can be used better or used for better, such as eating better food, keeping a clean diet,
better sleep.
I mean, hopefully being able to, I hope that they don't still shove 4 or 5 people in a 2-bedroom house.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've talked to Kuhn or any of your teammates that were down there, because I don't know if I think they were down there, at least from what I saw in their stories. What did they think? I mean, was it a nice setup? I mean, I'm sure it was nice.
Yeah, they just built so every team had that before, or not every team. A good amount of teams have had that before,
right.
a set living place, a set of apartments for them to live. But the Royals one just got done, called the Fountains, and surprise!
Is that what you put on your story the other day?
Yeah, it is really nice. I mean, it comes with everything you need. It's basically like an apartment. So they're 2-bedroom apartments basically, and so basically it's 1 bedroom that has 2 beds in it, and then it goes out into a living room, full kitchen, everything you need to make actual food, and then you go. There's another bedroom with 2 beds in it, 2 bathrooms, I'm pretty sure. So
are you choosing a roommate, or is that?
Yeah, you can choose a roommate, whatever you want. So that definitely helps. That's going to be nice during spring training to have, especially with the food, being able to make actual food, and instead of having only a microwave in the hotel room. So
that must.
I see. So just to clarify, I don't know. I'm sure you knew this, but so this housing policy does not apply to players on major league contracts or those making more than $20,000 per month. So this is for more of the lower.
Yeah, this is for the
this would be
the minor leagues. Because I mean,
does AAA guys make more than $20K a month?
No.
Nowhere close.
I mean, unless you're a guy that's
it is.
Yeah, $20K a month is.
I'm just trying to think contract structure.
Unless you're a guy that's unless you're on a guy that's on a contract, a major league contract, and gets sent down or something.
Yeah.
That's the only way, but it'll be really good for the minor leaguers. But I mean, if you're in the major leagues, I mean, you don't really need that. You're most likely are trying to settle down, buy a house, and live there. I guess not for a super long time. But
so
right there.
This is also, I'm sure you knew this as well, but I'm just going to tell this for these guys. All housing options must include a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and a shared living space. Mm-hmm. And all bedrooms must include 1 bed per player, with no more than 2 players per bedroom.
Exactly.
So you don't have
actually, that's perfect.
I was going to say, going back to what you were saying, you don't have those crammed, 6 players per for a 2-room apartment or whatever.
That's how it used to be. I mean, those players that are struggling with money, and they need to be able to afford it and be able to pay off everything else, pay off a phone bill, anything like that. I mean, so for it to be like that, I mean, that's 6 players, 5 players with a 2-bedroom apartment, just so you can have a rent under however much to be able to afford everything else. This is, I mean, it's huge, not only for the players but also for minor league baseball. So
I was going to say, I'm glad they got that finally through, because this is something that's been needed for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you want to ask him, or do you want to go ahead into lockout?
I mean, That's really it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid. Talk about the lockout.
Let's talk about living in a dorm. God damn.
The hotel, I bet. What? How many? It was 2 per hotel, right? 2 people per hotel.
Yeah, it was 2 people per room, or 2 people. Yeah, 2
Per
people
room.
per room.
Hey, your hotel room's not my dorm room.
Yeah, well, that's
It's a hotel.
University of
Freshman
Missouri,
in
I
college.
love you, but the shoebox you put me and Jack Ficken in is very not nice.
You had an option.
I was gonna say you did have a sweet option, didn't you?
I did. They didn't give it to me.
Well,
Very, very not nice.
sucks to suck sometimes, right, Vince?
Yeah, right. MIZ.
Hey, ZOU.
POO.
All right, so lockout and what this means. So we now know that the lockout went in effect. What was this? Two nights ago, or
3 nights ago or something.
2 mornings ago, 12:01 a.m. or something. With this means that there are no trades in between teams. Players cannot use any facilities during the lockout, and if the lockout lasts then past this weekend, winter meetings and Rule 5 draft would be canceled and postponed indefinitely. So the reason why they're having this lockout in the first place is because there's no progress that is being made in between players and owners, and they had a big 26-year contract between the Players Association and the owners, and this has just now run up. So, and then there's also bigger implications for the free agents that are still left on the market, which includes now Verlander, Correa, Freeman, Bryant, Story, Castellanos, a lot of those guys. So, I don't know what's your thoughts on the lockout, Carter? What all do you think? And by the way, it does not affect any minor league
Yeah, no.
players. It's just all major league players.
Everybody on the 40-man. So I guess people who have been added to the 40-man or who used to be minor leagues,
Mhm.
it affects them now. But I mean, it can go one of 2 ways. It can go really smoothly, or it can go bad, and it can last for a long time. But I'm not too educated on it all. All I know is that I just don't need to
Worry about
be
it.
too concerned about it, just because it doesn't really affect me that much. I still have, I can still talk to all the Royals workers and coaches and all that stuff. But I know that people on the 40-man can't. But
Right.
Wait, so
I mean-
if I'm Salvi, I can't talk to any of my players or coaches.
you can talk to your teammates.
Talk to
You just
teammates.
can't talk to
Coaches.
you can't talk to
No
I guess
game plan, for
Matheny. You
example.
can't
Yeah.
talk to him.
No strength and conditioning tips or anything like that.
Well, I mean, you
Nothing
could
from
probably work
anybody.
with your personal coaches
Yeah, your
because
personal
MLB,
coach, but
that's
no-
not MLB
So say-
contract.
That's
Say
what I know, but you can't talk to anybody in the Royals. That's
No.
nobody
I don't
that
believe
works
so.
for the Royals.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you go and you, say you have something that's nagging you, like injury wise, and you want to ask your trainer at wherever or I guess ask your major league trainer what was going on, or like ask them like if I guess he can come in and see him and stuff like that. The trainer can't talk to the player, just because the team's basically locked, like they're in a lockout, so like they can't like communicate with their players.
This is
so.
weird. Like I've never actually heard of this in
The
sports.
last time it happened was a while ago. It was-
Happened in the NBA.
It happened in the NBA
Was that the
2010,
last
2011 was the
Didn't they
last
miss- they
lockout
missed-
in professional sports,
But
I
they
believe.
missed the whole season.
Yeah, that was the full season. That last
No,
that
the NBA didn't miss the full season. It was like
well,
half
it was
of
it was part of it, and that's still very long.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I saw it was funny the other day. You're going back and talking about not being able to talk to trainers and stuff. I saw on Twitter that Charlie Morton, you know how he hurt his ankle. I think he was in a boot and he had to have surgery or something. He doesn't know what to do
Yeah,
because he
I
can't
mean-
talk to any of the medical personnel for the Braves. So he's still stuck in a boot. So he's like, well, I guess I'm taking my boot off now. And there's another trend going around on Twitter where the MLB has taken off all the players' like pictures and stuff like that. And so now the MLB players are doing their Joe Random pictures, I guess is what they call it. But yeah, and then other than that, I guess the only other thing I can list for this is that it affects the free agents that are left on the market now, because when say this does last long enough, it goes into April, May, whatever the case may be. When the owners aren't getting paid, they won't pay the players as much money as they were hoping for. So it affects, Bryant, Story, Castellanos, Freeman, Correa, whoever this may be, or even Jorge Soler, for that matter, who won the freaking World Series MVP.
I was just surprised he hasn't been signed
Or
he hasn't
Freeman.
signed yet.
Or Freeman.
So this is why we've been seeing these massive contracts right before the lockout.
Yeah, it's the most money that's
They've already broken the record, and they
record.
already have all these all-stars.
Used to be 1.5 billion,
And
now
not
it's
every
1.7.
all-star has been signed.
I was gonna say you still got easily over $1 billion left on the table.
Around there,
Yeah.
So won't this come in a few years? Won't this just screw over those teams who forked over all this money? No.
No.
Because it's not gonna. The contracts aren't gonna change a drastic amount after, the lockout's done. You're still gonna have people breaking records. We're still gonna see somebody break a record of the biggest signing. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but
the Rangers, little small market team.
Dude, they were the smallest market team this past year, and
The owner decided to
open up his checkbook and
dump some money in.
They now have, in my opinion, the one of the best, if not the best,
middle infield
in baseball. So
yeah. All right, CJ, what's your thoughts on Robbie Ray landing in Seattle?
I think it's really good for them. It doesn't really hurt the Blue Jays too much either. It's definitely something that they didn't want to see happen, but they got Gossman now. They signed Gossman, so it's basically just an exchange, I guess. They still have somebody. I think Gossman's gonna affect Toronto's rotation really well, but I think Seattle is going to be making a push because I think they're going to be contenders, if not this year, next year.
Yeah.
But they're doing something really good there. They have a lot of talent, a lot of young talent too, with Kelenic and some other guys. But I think adding Robbie Ray was really good. So
100%. I don't know. We can talk about Scherzer going to the Mets for 3 years, $130 million.
How do you feel, Mr. Yankees fan?
How do you feel about? I know this isn't the Yankees, but going to New York.
I forgot you were a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
We can
What
talk.
a loser.
We can talk about the Yankees.
Give us your spiel on the Yankees. What are you feeling right now?
You want my honest or my super fan opinion?
I want to hear your honest.
All right, honestly, I really think our championship window is closed. We're for some reason keeping Gary Sanchez, but thankfully we structured him to a $7.5 million year deal, and he'll
Hot
leave.
take: he's going to be gone in 2 years.
I don't even know if that's a hot take. I think that's just a good take. I want him. As a Yankees fan, I feel like you'd want him gone.
A lot of people don't know much about their farm system.
So you want Gary Sanchez gone or the Yankees gone?
No, I'm just saying. I think Gary
Yankees, we don't
Sanchez.
like him.
I think Gary Sanchez is going to be gone because.
He's gone after this year.
I don't know about after this next year, but maybe the next year because you still.
Who's that guy?
Austin Wells.
Yeah.
You got to let him develop a little bit, but one of the best players in the Arizona Fall League this year. One of the Arizona Fall League best Arizona Fall League players this year. Rakes, incredible catcher, and I think once he develops a little bit more, I think he's gonna have no problem taking that starting spot.
I really think our championship window has truly closed. I hope we keep on it. I don't think Stanton's on a contract here at all, is he? He's close. Aaron Judge is right now.
Stanton? Is he on a contract year?
I don't know, but he was going insane.
I don't think he's a free agent.
No.
None of those big guys are. How do you feel about Aaron Judge?
Dude, I was saying Aaron Judge is going to want a lot of money. And yes, it's the Yankees. They have the checkbooks. They have that deep. I really thought we should have traded him and just got a lot of young prospects and get ready for – because our time is not now. That is clear as a fan, and that is clear. So let's just get ready and fight for next year, fight for the year after. That's what my idea is. But I'm not as educated in MLB as I am in NFL or NBA. Those are more of these guys. But from what I see is we should have just traded for a young prospect core from Aaron Judge because he's gonna want a lot of money. I wanted to keep Stanton, but obviously we're
say don't worry about leaving. Stanton's not leaving. He's not going anywhere. His contract's through. He will be a free agent in 29. So you still have him for another, what is that,
and obviously
8 years or something like that?
Obviously, we went and got Rizzo. We went and got Gallo. Gallo, I'm kind of Rizzo. I'm not really happy about that one. We don't even really need him. But
I don't know. Did they re-sign Rizzo or how does? I was gonna say I think he's a free agent.
Yeah, he
Isn't he?
hasn't signed yet.
Yeah, he was our DH for
Yeah.
ending off the year.
Yeah.
Gallo wasn't bad.
I mean, him and Voit kind of switched, didn't they? Or was Voit strictly first base?
He was strictly first. I was at the Royals.
So Rizzo was just DH.
Yeah, I was at the Royals-Yankees game, their second game here of the 3-game series, and I was right behind first base. I went with a few of my friends, and Voit, oh my God. Aaron Judge, I have a video. I was like, Daddy Judge? Is that you? Daddy Judge over there?
Jesus.
And Voit was terrible. He could not ball anything. Salvi outran him to first. That tells you everything. All right, so first is right here, right? First is right here, right? The ball went a little bit past. Salvi's starting to run. Voit could not pick it up with the ball. And Salvi outran it. I was sitting there. I was in between a bunch of Royals fans. I'm just wearing a Yankees jersey. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
I know one likes you.
I gotta switching away from the Yankees. I have a very interesting question I just thought of, but we haven't written it down or anything. What do we think about how the Dodgers? What's gonna happen with them? Lost Scherzer.
Potentially lose.
Lost Seager.
Did they re-sign Kershaw?
I don't think Kershaw has signed yet.
Trevor Bauer.
But I mean, Kershaw didn't play a huge
Bauer's
role.
a whole nother case to open up.
Yeah,
Literally case.
but Kershaw didn't play a huge role.
He really
was he
didn't.
hurt last
He
year?
was
I
hurt.
believe he was hurt.
Yeah, but I think he's on the decline, personally.
Yeah.
Was it? But I mean, even after, so you got Scherzer gone, you got Seager gone. What do you think?
They re-signed Taylor.
Yeah, they re-signed Taylor, which I mean,
It was a good utility piece.
Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think they're still going to have that power, or do you think they're going to back off a little bit?
Was he the one when we were watching and he hit that grand slam?
Chris Taylor?
Yeah.
He was the one that hit the home run. I think he hit the home run against the Card.
When we were walking in a quick trip
Was he not the one that hit the? He was the one
He's
that
the
hit.
one who hit that big home run.
to win the game, walk off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Against the
we were
Cardinals?
walking in a quick
Yeah.
trip in Riverside.
No, he's a good piece. I think keeping Taylor was smart.
Oh shit! My backpack over there. Reach in and grab my chart.
I was gonna say I think keeping Taylor was smart. I want to say Justin Turner. I don't know how well he did last year. Like I said, I don't follow that close attention to the Dodgers. I'm kind of forced to by seeing it and watching it on ESPN all the time.
Oh, Yankees should sign you, Hassan.
I'll probably be better than Voit.
Bless you,
Oh,
sir. I guess Justin Turner batted 278 with 27 home runs last year. So it's iffy. Cody had his worst year of his career last year. Bellinger did.
Oh my God, yeah, but I mean,
He's god-awful.
He showed up in the
He
playoffs.
did show up in the playoffs. Mookie Betts too.
He did not have a great year, but he showed up in the playoffs.
There's
He was
still,
hurt.
I mean, trust me, there's
a lot of
very
talent
good,
there.
But I mean, taking away Scherzer and Seager.
I almost want to say it's kind of I wouldn't want to say it's that close to a Yankees situation, but you got a lot of talent. Just like you do in New York, you got a lot of talent.
Puts it together a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not like they don't have a bad rotation still. Urias showed that he's very good.
Really good.
Walker
Dustin May.
Buehler is very good.
What's that guy's name?
Dustin May, who was hurt all last year,
Dustin May.
long red hair, he got hurt I think early in the season. Should be back and ready to
He
go.
had, Tommy John.
And if they can somehow, some way get Bauer back in the mix, I don't know if he'll ever see baseball again. I don't know how that
I
situation's
think
going.
he will. I mean, that's a conversation for another time. But not to mention in my opinion, one of the most effective relievers in Major League Baseball.
Joe Kelly.
No, I mean, yeah, he's pretty good, but Trinan.
Blake
His
Trinan.
off speed, his curveball, unreal.
Mhm.
And then he has his curveball coming down, fastball down, changeup down. I think he throws a four seam that goes up. So I mean, he's really good. Also, he's also a good piece that they have. So
100%. You want to stop this and say that the Suns have now the
The
Warriors
Suns just lost to the Warriors.
You say breaking their 18
Booker
game
was
win
not
streak.
playing. Booker was not playing.
I
mean-
still hurt.
All right, are we, I think is that done for the big.
I was
recap?
gonna say
I
one last
can't wait to go to Burger King after this.
3 days in a row.
3 days in a row.
$1.49 8-piece chicken nugget. Are you serious?
Effing McChickens.
You know what?
Dude,
You
no,
know what happens
those
when I
are
go to Wendy's? Wendy's girl, greet me at the window.
Hi, would you like?
Full with spicy nuggets and raspberry Sprite.
That's what she said.
That's what I say.
Oh, that's
Full.
Hey, want some 4 for 4s today?
Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Yeah, you like Wendy's?
Wait, did I
nuts?
say Wendy's?
No, you said.
No, you said
Okay,
Wendy's.
I was about
He
to
just
say-
started talking about Wendy's.
Nah, Wendy's.
Last thing I was gonna say is Buxton's 7-year, $100 million deal.
I think it's smart and dumb.
It's iffy. Like I think Wally, you and I talked about this last night.
I mean, look at him. He's 5-tool player pretty much. I mean, developing in one. He's
Yeah.
4.5. He's got the speed,
Yeah.
got
Bat.
the arm, got the fielding,
Bat.
got the bat or the hit tool, and then his power's gotten a lot better.
Right.
And I think it's only going to keep getting better
As long as he
because-
stays healthy. I mean,
Yeah.
his 10-year career with the Twins, he's only played one season over 100 games. So like I said, it's kind of a gamble, but I'm glad they got him for only 100. I was hoping that they'd at least get him for
and
that.
also, if they did not sign him to a huge deal, or if that's what he really wanted, well, I think that's what he wanted, wasn't it? And they didn't give him the money in the years that they gave him, and he signed with somewhere else, and he
Turned out to be pretty good.
perfectly healthy
Right.
and had an incredible rest of his career. The Twins would be kicking themselves
Right.
because it's just it wouldn't be a good look on them because they didn't give him what he deserved.
Yeah, he's their main rebuilding piece, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of in the rebuilding
Him
stage
and
right now.
starts with K.
Kelly Oubre.
Kepler?
Max Kepler's pretty good too.
Yeah, they got a half-decent outfield.
Yeah.
So, I think that's about it for MLB.
All right, so
Or I
we're
guess
gonna have to redo this, but to
How
tell
about
the
some
guy
high school
about-
football? Hang on, I gotta tell a story.
1 sec.
Smithville versus Hannibal. Oh my God, you guys don't know how to park or drive. I FaceTimed you or at least sent you a video. Smithville, learn how to drive it. It doesn't take 40 minutes to get out of a freaking parking lot. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. It took me 40 minutes to get out of Columbia today.
So we're about.
Hey,
to
you're
make-
here. We're glad you're here.
I'm here now.
All right.
So I'm about to make this super sad real quick. This is what I really want to turn this place into, important stuff. And so on the topic of baseball, let's talk about the Ryan Jefferson situation. Illinois commit unfortunately committed suicide. I think he was 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah.
He played where I work at a baseball complex, and I've definitely probably have seen him. I'd never met the guy.
Put on a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Kangaroos
So,
as well.
like, this guy right here, major respect to him. I think that was, like, you couldn't have worded that better. So, this is definitely something that is a silent killer, needs to be talked about. And the fact that you're using your platform that you were given because of the hard work and to do good is, I'm not trying to kiss your ass right now. Like,
Yeah, no,
I
got a lot of respect for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
the
put
fact
that-
that you're around me and I'm surrounding myself with people like you, that's a good sign.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I put that tweet out there just because mainly focusing on, I know I pretty much focused it on baseball players because that's the situation I was alluding to, but I also was talking about everybody in just regular life too. But in baseball, I mean, I just really wanted to nail the fact that, what we do isn't easy whatsoever. And when you're out there, you have really long seasons. You have 150 game seasons. You are sitting there. You're gonna hit a wall eventually, and a lot of people don't know it because you don't show it. You got to go out there. You got to keep playing. You got to compete. All that stuff. So you hit a wall sometimes, and you just really, struggle to keep going. And when you're out there, you miss your family. You're playing somewhere you never played before. You're living on your own. And I mean, especially the young kids that are playing. Maybe the Latin kids, 16 years old, get signed. If they don't go to the Dominican summer league or whatever, and they go to say Arizona or Florida to play in the rookie ball, I mean they leave their home country. They go to another country to play. And I mean, it's just something that a lot of people don't notice. So I just want to put something out there. And I mean, with all those kids that are going through the recruiting process, it also gets really hard because you want to keep doing what you love. So, I mean, I just want to put something out there and kind of help spread the word a little bit. So,
And it did spread the word. I was, in fact, your 1,000th like. I just want you to know that. I can prove it, too. I took a screenshot. But, yeah, that's something that seriously needs to be... Like, I like what he said. It's a silent killer.
It is.
A lot, especially, like, when you're having troubles, like... For me personally, like, I'm not going to talk about me like that, but I'm just saying I don't like putting my problems on Sam like, when I'm telling him. I just deal with it. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are. Especially
they bottle it up, and then
yeah,
you see Ryan Jefferson's situation
yeah,
when it gets to be too much.
yeah.
And because on the outside, a lot of people saw him as, a fantastic baseball players. For the most part, got a smile on his face when he's on the ball field. That's all they see him as. But deep down inside, he's bottled himself up, and
He's a kid.
right. And I'm sure some of that pressure got to him, and he never probably talked to anybody about it because he's supposed to be this big shot, committed to a D1 college, and that's the thing, is just reach out. There's always people. I don't care who it is. It can be a teacher, a friend, your siblings, your parents, whoever it is. Someone's gonna be there for
Or
you.
Carter's DMs. You know.
Someone's gonna be there. I was gonna say.
You guys know that high school I went to for like 2 days
Yeah.
up in Naperville.
Mm-hmm.
He was from that area. I think he was either from that high school or a high school in that conference, like Park Hill South is to Park Hill,
Right.
something like that, which is crazy.
It's just a sad situation.
That close, and he was where we worked
Right.
all summer. Like, I probably met the kid. I probably yelled at his coach. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I did something, and it just, like, when I heard of that, I was just like, I don't know why I was so sad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's more because I was around the kid. I knew
Right.
the kid. And he was a kid.
Well, you don't. I was gonna say you don't even need to have a connection, a personal connection to something like that to be
Yeah. It's something
feeling
that-
upset about it.
Needs to be addressed more.
Right.
And I think people like him who are
Using
having
it.
that platform and like smalls, even though he has a platform, but compared to like bigger platforms, he's doing more by saying that already.
Right. 100%.
I do have a question for y'all. I'm a little curious.
For us or for them?
For
Us. Hit us.
I want to know, who was your athlete of the year? Could be best performer, your favorite
Ooh.
athlete of the year. I can start us off. Mine's a little bit of an oddball, but I very much like her, Miss Nelly Corda. If you're watching this,
This is a shout out. This went no damn question. This is so we can just shout.
no. Listen here. One of the most dominant women golfers the sport of golf has ever
She's
seen.
actually really good. You've shown me
very,
videos.
very good. Won an Olympic gold medal. Like that alone,
Yeah.
not a lot of people do that. Went on to win like WPGA championship. She was honestly insane. She was definitely one of my favorite.
She's that guy, pal.
She's that
Gal.
gal.
She is that-
She's
she's
that
that
gal.
gal.
She was definitely one of my favorite athletes to watch this year. She's very dominant in what she did. So very, very appreciative of her swing and her face.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of hit me with this one. There's a lot of. I'm trying to think along the lines of Olympics right now.
You know what? I'm not.
And I was gonna go with another.
Okay.
I was gonna go with another. You just interrupted me, Hassan. I was gonna go with another girl. Her name is Sunny Lee from.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Minnesota? Was she from Minnesota, or is that a different one?
No, Sunny. Didn't she go like Auburn?
Yeah, she goes to Auburn, but she's from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hey.
She ended up winning a gold. I think
Yeah,
she
after so miles.
actually did. I don't know if it's an athlete of the year award, but I mean she picked up where there was some slack in that.
I wouldn't call it slack. Just
Everybody has those shooting slumps.
shooting slumps.
It was a metaphor. Slumps.
okay.
I was gonna. Oh boy, scared me. I was gonna say gymnastics. We don't shoot.
That's not what you thinking.
Yeah, what do you
Dude,
think?
I low-key think it's gonna be some female college basketball player.
What?
Or WNBA player.
Paige Buchers?
Is that the
It
one
could
who just
be.
signed
That's the one that
Gatorade?
signed the Gatorade deal. Huge Gatorade con.
Because wasn't it Sabrina, whatever her name was, plays for the New York
Nesky.
Liberties? Liberties?
Yeah.
Wasn't she
Zippers.
one of them? I bet.
What are you talking about?
I know mine. Who's the swimmer?
Michael Phelps.
Katie Ledecky.
No. Male swimmer.
Michael Phelps.
The guy who actually he did really, really well this year.
Michael Phelps.
Phelps has been retired for a while there, dingbat. Dressel? Caleb Dressel. Caleb Dressel.
Yeah.
Big shot.
I'm going to go Caleb Dressel.
I'm gonna put my pick in right here. Cardinals.
Hey, yo.
I'm going Caleb Dressel.
What's your actual pick?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Who's your favorite athlete to watch this year?
That's not my pick.
Really?
It's not my favorite to watch.
I low-key-
but
I will.
It's-
I
I'm just trying
know.
to give him-
yeah.
I want to say Otani.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a
That
good
is a good
one.
one.
I want to say Otani.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It's a very good one.
I could see that.
Maybe I wanted to put Salvi, but Otani
Otani pretty much.
he did
Doing
everything.
Revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
He did what everybody did as high school, but at a pro level,
Yeah.
and that is you don't
You don't see it
haven't
in
seen
call. You don't see it in
Come on,
college.
Jake Daniff, I'm rooting for you, man. I'm gonna go Lionel Messi. Won his 7th
Oh yeah, that's right.
Balance.
He was-
Is that pretty
Dior.
much like the MVP
The
or
guy
something
was
like that?
Ballon d'Or.
Dude, that's more than an MVP.
He
Well,
is.
I don't know. I'm not a big soccer
It's
guy,
like
so I can tell
it's
you
like
what this is.
Best of the best.
it's like awarded like best soccer player in the world.
7th?
It's his 7th one he's won. In
How
his
many
life.
has Ronaldo won?
I think he has more than Ronaldo.
Because I know those
Yeah,
two
he
are always
definitely-
compared all the time, and is it
I
Mbappe?
know like 5 soccer players.
Mbappe is one of them.
Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo,
Neymar,
and Graham
Ronaldo,
Zusi.
and
Ronaldo has 4.
Yeah, so Ronaldo,
Ronaldo has 4.
4.
Next coach is Messi's now the most all time.
He's always been the most.
He's won, and keep in mind, so he just switched. He switched teams. He's playing
Yeah,
with
for sure
Paris
on
now.
PSG.
And he's been having a great year.
Very good year.
And he's 34 too.
Wow.
So he's out there
He's an old
winning
man.
best soccer player in the world at 34. When all these guys are coming, like all these new young guys, and he's still, I mean, the best in the world this year. So, I mean, and that being his
He's playing
7th.
with Neymar too.
Yeah, and I think
And the
that-
other guy.
And
Is
Mbappe.
that his name? Mbappe? Is that how you said that?
Mbappe's really good too.
Yeah.
So I got a correction. Ronaldo has 5, second most.
Messi has.
Messi has 7.
Ian?
That's insane.
That is.
And I think how long was? Hold on.
I remember I was in Australia, and over there, 3 a.m. is when the World Cup was on because it was different than here. I remember watching Argentina. That's when I fell in love with Messi.
Messi. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. It was 2012. So what was I? I was like 9.
I was gonna say the only soccer that I'm exposed to, I guess in America, unless I really like pay attention to it, is just the MLS.
Sporting.
Because I guess it's. I mean, I was gonna say we have Sporting KC. I think we went pretty deep in the playoffs this year.
Lost the
Quarterfinals, semifinals.
We sold the bag.
So I mean, that's really. I think Messi though. It's insane that he's won 7.
And he still has 2 more seasons after this season.
Yeah.
With Paris?
With Paris.
And
And
I
then
doubt. What is he,
that's-
like 36?
34.
He's 34. He'll be
34.
37 by the time his contract's
Contract's up.
up.
He'll probably resign.
I bet you he signs a 1 year back with my thing. I think he's gonna sign a 1 year back with Barcelona and with
I thought they were
them.
And
beefing.
with him.
Though
I
they,
mean-
so the story is they were beefing last year because of contract complications. Then he came to an agreement, and then this year they couldn't afford to keep him anymore, even with the minimum. He even said he would stay there without pay, but that's not really possible.
Yeah.
But that's that. I mean, so like I don't know if you guys know a lot about Messi, but
He used to be a big soccer player.
when he was like 16, he got signed by Barcelona. When he was 16 years old, and at that time, their family was broke. Messi's family was broke, and Barcelona, and he needed meds because he's short. He's super short, and he needed some type of medicine, and Barcelona paid for everything, and signed him at 16 because he's good. And I mean, that's why I bet it was so hard for him to leave, because of that.
Hit home
Because
personally.
I was gonna
He
say.
was 16.
I think he's gonna
Drug
come
him
back
out.
and play at least one
no,
more season.
I
with him
totally
after,
agree with that.
with
Yeah, no way.
after Paris. And
That's-
I think
that's a lot of-
he's gonna win one more of the Ballon d'Or or whatever. It is.
That's a hard award to. I mean, if it's the best soccer player in the world or whatever the case may be, that's crazy to win it 7 times in a. I
And
mean,
you're
20 year career pretty much.
yeah.
Totally.
And what was I gonna say?
Right now he's
That's
had what? Hold on. So he started playing when he was 16?
Yep.
And he has a hot wife.
Hold on.
What I was going to add on to your deal, Hassan, is that's a lot of pressure to put on a dude. Think about it. I'm sure he wasn't thinking about it this way, but this team helped me up and get out of
That's
the
why it was
streets.
super hard for him to say, like, I want out.
Right. So for him to get out of the streets, and now he's got to say, well, now I got to pay these guys back, so I got to win championships. I got to do this.
And he
I gotta do
did.
that. Right. So I mean, I guess that's a lot of pressure. I would think for a kid who's 16 years old. I'm sure he was very grateful for the opportunity that was given to him, but I did not know that about Barcelona and the whole Messi deal. Like I said, I'm not a big soccer guy.
I know nothing about soccer.
Yeah,
I know a lot
neither do
about
I.
it.
I'm glad you asked this question. Though.
Aussie,
It's
Aussie,
kinda-
Aussie.
Aussie. Something that
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi.
He's,
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
so he's
Arriba.
played in
Arriba.
17 or 18 seasons.
It'd be
If he's 36,
or 34.
16 plus 16 equals 34. 32 plus 2 equals 8.
Yeah, so he's played
So-
18 seasons and
Yeah.
he's won 7 years. Has been the best soccer player.
And it's soccer. Like, everybody
No, I was gonna
plays
say
it.
everyone plays soccer.
They still got like Ronaldo playing in there too.
I was gonna
which
say,
makes it even
yeah.
And they had
more
Ronaldinho at
So-
that time. And yeah.
Think about it this way. That means Ronaldo and Messi have won that award 12 times in the last 16, 17 years.
Ronaldo's coming to an end.
Did
How old's Ronaldo?
Ibrahimovic,
I think he's 36.
Zlatan.
Is Zlatan?
did he win one?
I don't know if he
I know
has.
he used to be really good.
Zlatan.
Well, doesn't Zlatan or whatever his name
It was
is, doesn't he
not-
play over at MLS?
It was not rewarded.
Yeah, he plays for Galaxy, I think.
Galaxy?
Is that
At
Alex
least I know
Morgan's?
he used to.
It was not rewarded.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Go
The
ahead.
Ballon d'Or.
In 2020.
Not awarded in 2020. Somebody
That's
from
because
Croatia
the war
won in
was
18.
privilege.
But ever since then, just nothing but Messi and
Messi and Ronaldo, and then Kiki won it.
Kaká.
Kaká
Kaká.
in Brazil.
Kaká used to be my favorite player.
Ronaldinho.
Fabio.
2005.
Is that what that says?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
So who? Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo. Whoa, we'll go down.
No, that's a different Ronaldo.
I was about to say.
But nothing but Ronaldo and Messi.
Oh, that's
Hey,
insane.
since
That
2008.
was dominated from 08 to 17, pretty much.
Hey, I have a question, though.
Yeah,
Where
go
are we
ahead.
golfing tomorrow?
We'll figure that out after we close
Yeah,
up.
I was gonna say,
Alright,
let's
so
close
let's
this
¿Dónde
up.
está la juega?
Where is the?
¿Dónde está? No. ¿Dónde es nos jugamos al golf mañana?
All right, for our Spanish viewers
Nice
out
job,
there.
man.
All right, guys.
I'll make sure I tell my Latin teammates
Shout
to come
out
watch.
Martin Willian for teaching me that in Spanish class at Mizzou.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you did, any closing statements?
No, yeah, just thank you for tuning in. It was
I think this will be a fun ride for
yeah,
sure.
it will. As
Can't
long
wait-
as we can get the
can't-
sign stay up.
Can't wait to talk about Mizzou football a lot next year. 'Cause
And
we're gonna be goated.
Big shout out to Vinny for stepping in when Jake was at home.
Yes, sir.
So,
Let's hit him with the one time.
And, uh,
Wait, no,
Two.
actually, time out.
Oh, you have a whip noise? No way.
no, I'm gonna end it before that.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
thank
See you next time.